In 2023, is driving for Uber Eats worth it? And let's define how, worth it how, right? So the gig economy in general, that niche food delivery, because I could drive different apps and platforms within the same niche of food delivery. So is Uber Eats worth it over DoorDash, Grubhub, or smaller platforms? And worth it in general for the app itself, for the use of my time? Is it worth it to be out there on the road? As someone since 2015, I've driven for Uber Eats and most every single app and platform. I've done it for years, thousands of trips and transactions in different marketplaces. And in this video, using the newest data, let's answer this question together. So number one, what exactly is new for Uber Eats that we can use in 2023? Well, for all of 2022, we saw the extension of Trip Radar from the mobility, the rideshare vertical, extended into Uber Eats. So now when you're shown a Trip Radar request, other couriers are going to watch it as well, and you'll click on it in hopes to get matched. Now, you really have to understand if it's going to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, the dollars to mile ratio, how much am I getting paid for the miles driven? Also considering time and a lot of other things, don't click on that Trip Radar. Well, we saw the offering in Q4 of 2022 of cash rewards for diamond status drivers on the Uber Pro Rewards program. Now that though, to get enough points, you get a point per trip basically when you're doing these deliveries, that the acceptance rate criteria of 85% is quite high for accepting all of those runs, which let's be honest, a lot of them probably don't make sense to take just to get a one-time cash reward. Well, we saw in Uber's Q3 2022 earnings call just announcements of new verticals, specifically non-food, non-restaurant verticals, which I like. And we also saw in the same earnings call a pretty interesting stat of drivers and couriers earning 25% more quarter over quarter and year over year. Okay, some new features, some things maybe we won't use as much, but let's get into the Uber Eats specific pros. Well, on the Uber Eats platform, customers are spending more, actually 72% more per quarter customer spend from Q1 2020 reported to Q1 of 2022. I just want to stay on the food delivery space in general and turn our attention to DoorDash for a sec, because in really the last 2 or 3 quarterly earnings calls, DoorDash's CFO, Prabir Adhikar, is really emphasizing like, hey, when it comes to food delivery, consumer spend seems to always stay strong. And he says people always need to eat and they're always using these apps and platforms. Even in strenuous or challenging economic times, comment down below if you agree, if your food delivery, takeout spend has really changed. But this graphic from Uber Eats really statistically says customers are spending more on average per quarter. Turning our attention back to Uber and Uber Eats and their CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi, and his emphasis on Uber's strength of cross-selling on their platform that DoorDash does not have. Their ability to cross-sell rideshare and mobility passengers over to Uber Eats and the food delivery vertical. So imagine you're on a rideshare ride and you're tracking your status during the ride, that they're upselling you or really cross-selling you to say, hey, you should order food delivery and it'll deliver by the time you get there. And because of this, I'll say that Uber seems to have a better portfolio than competitors, certainly like Grubhub and DoorDash. Okay, number 3, exclusively for Uber Eats, is their ability to have stackable bonuses. So the per delivery bonus that is constantly changing dynamically, really the only app that does this, the surge pricing, combined with their batched bonuses, the Quest bonuses. So do a certain amount of deliveries, then you get a bonus. And then scheduled per delivery bonus, which is Boost Plus Pay. You can get all of that plus customer tips on Uber Eats. And actually, I've been getting more Quest bonuses here in Pittsburgh. And that's also something to consider as you're looking at this. Everything here, when it comes to the gig economy, is market dependent. Now, there's certainly best practices. That's what I teach you here. And in fact, if you just want the fast track, if you don't want to watch a ton of videos, try to piece together the best practices, I put a course where you can learn the best practices to master delivery platforms, from setting up your vehicle, dealing with customers, positioning strategies, bonus pay, recording and understanding your financials, which is very important. If you just want to learn the best practices so you can start making more money, take that course. It's got a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. It's linked down below in the description. Other pros with Uber Eats is they do have exclusive contracts with certain restaurants, Starbucks being the biggest contractor. So if you're doing, I don't know, breakfast runs, or if that makes sense for your marketplace, there's that. And speaking of market share, while Uber Eats is really strongly in number 2 behind DoorDash, that they have enough market share. And again, this depends on marketplace, but you should be busy if you're going to be out there driving. And now the cons as an Uber Eats driver in 2023. I broadcast the earnings calls from these companies, from Uber Eats and DoorDash respectively. And I'll have to say, strategically, from a company aspect, it seems like Dara Khosrowshahi and team at Uber are still really focusing on the mobility vertical over food delivery. Now, we saw a massive hit in demand with the pandemic, with rideshare and restrictions and closures, but Uber has reported that the mobility demand for rideshare is back to 2019 levels. Now, it makes sense with initially launching in 2019 and they're mobility focused, and Uber Eats being founded in 2014. Now, this next part's really important because it pertains to your pay. So drop a like on this video if you get value here. Again, consider subscribing. But even with the stackable bonuses on Uber Eats, in my opinion, I feel like still it's going to be more lucrative, maybe at least by a little bit, on DoorDash versus Uber Eats. So if there's not as much scheduled bonus pay, and I see a good amount more scheduled peak pay on DoorDash, so on Uber Eats, if there's not enough bonus pay, not enough scheduled pay, not enough surge, quests, what have you, then it's not going to be as lucrative. Because I'll tell you, the base pay, the regular flat pay without the bonus pay, yes, there's tips, but the base pay is not going to make you the kind of money that you're really happy with. So overall verdict in 2023, is driving for Uber Eats worth it? Here's the deal, in my opinion, and of course, as mentioned, a lot of this pertains to your marketplace, small, medium, large marketplace. Comment down below your experience with Uber Eats. I feel like Uber Eats can be really great, really lucrative when it's hot, when it's busy, when there's a lot of that bonus pay, the surge is on fire, and you could hopefully double or triple up on the stackable bonus pay. But still, it remains a close, keyword, a very close number 2 to DoorDash. If you're new, here's what I would do as you're getting activated on those apps. I would drive on one app, get used to it, the layouts, the bonus pay, how frequent is bonus pay, what is the range of bonus pay, how busy is it, understand the marketplace and the restaurants. Then I would add a second app, and then ultimately all of the apps that are in your marketplace, so you can pick and choose, which you're allowed to do, the best runs while you're out there driving, because you're going to be out there anyway, so you might as well have as many options as possible. Now, it's fine to start with Uber Eats. If you think that app's going to be the busiest one in your marketplace, do it. Sign up and just try Uber Eats. And again, how much surge pay are you going to get? Typically on the dinner rush from Thursday to Sunday are the busiest days and times. I don't think you'd be wrong starting with Uber Eats or starting with DoorDash. It's either one. I think Grubhub's going to be a little bit slower for a lot of marketplaces. And again, if there's some local regional options, you can try that as well. Because my goal for you, it doesn't matter the app. I just want you to be busy. I want you to ideally hit that $25 an hour or more. So is it worth it? Yes. Is it a close number 2 to DoorDash? Yes. But it's not that bad. It's going to be busy. I think there's going to be bonus pay. So yes, I think it's a good side hustle in 2023. Drop a like if you got value in this video. Check that Mastering a Delivery course is linked down below. And you can also click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.